Let's dial up the 215 and call him the Yoda of the brackets, Joe Lunardi. All right, Joe, 1 week ago in this very space, you, sir, Mr. Bracketology, posited Wichita State might run the table undefeated and may not get a top seed. All right, Florida, Syracuse, they win on Saturday. Wichita goes to 27. Later today, 27-0. Who are the top four right now?
Let's start with Syracuse, which proving it doesn't matter what league Jim Boeheim's in. They just continue to win and win and win. And it almost doesn't matter how they win. They get a half-court shot. They get a layup steal. They finish the job and remain at the top of the overall bracket. And then next in line would be Arizona. You know, the Wildcats have had some close calls, some losses on the road at Cal and Arizona State, but this team, Bob, still has more top 25 wins than any in the country. Florida, of course, just a terrific come-from-behind win and a very impressive second half last night at Kentucky. So Florida stays on the top line, and then that leaves us with the team we're going to talk about for 4 more weeks, the Shockers of Wichita State. With every week that passes, their odds of staying on that top line increase, and I just don't see any games left now on their schedule, Bob, that they can lose.
As we talked about last week, though, is it possible that they could run the table and still not get a top seed and a team, everyone else has said that they could afford a loss? Maybe they can't. But if they do falter, anybody of the top 4 you've just mentioned, who is waiting to move up to that top line?
I think next in line, let's start with Villanova. Here's a team which has a case for a 1 seed based almost entirely upon a game later today at Creighton. We all saw the Wildcats get hammered at home a month ago when the Blue Jays made shots from New Jersey and Delaware to beat the Cats early in that one. If Villanova can win the rematch, they stay in the 1 seed conversation. And then there's the team that everybody thinks has the most talent, and that would be Kansas. The Jayhawks rolling again, not on the top line because of their 6 losses, but when you look at their schedule, not just the best in the country this year, but one of the best we've ever seen in recent college basketball. I think the Jayhawks running the table would put themselves very much in position as well. Wouldn't surprise me if we see Kansas and Wichita 1-2 or 2-1 in some order in a region down the road a month or so, and I know all the people in the Sunflower State are pretty jacked about that possibility.